first impressions are absolutely everything, especially when you're selling your home or if you just want to impress people. But if painting your entire house or landscaping your entire yard seems too pricey, and trust me, it is pricey, never fear. Home and lifestyle expert Carter Oosterhouse from Trading Spaces is here with high-impact, low-price tips for creating curb appeal.
Yes. Absolutely.
Welcome. Good morning to you.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us this morning. And that's the number one thing you can do if you're planning to sell your house. And this is the time that people are thinking about doing that.
This is the time. I think we've seen it, the uptick is, like some 30% of people selling their home around the springtime. So
and this is the best time usually, isn't it?
Right. And also, springtime. So you want to get out there and create that exterior that we were all inside for so long with all the
yesterday
rains.
We talked about things you could do on the inside. Today we're talking about stuff you can do on the outside because curb appeal is the number one thing you can do to raise the price of your house.
And it's not super expensive. It's not stuff that's going to break the bank. It's not something that you have to feel like you're going to, I don't even know where to start. Well, I'm going to add some little tips here where you can start.
Okay, so how do we start it out? What do you do?
One thing is, the exterior of your home, you want it to look beautiful. So paint the parts. Paint the parts, painting the trim.
Because painting your whole house is really expensive. Painting the whole house
can be very involved and really expensive. So paint the parts, the trim, the shutters, the gutters, maybe your garage, maybe your mailbox, your window box, the smaller things. And if you want, you can even rent a power washer to spray down the rest of your home.
Okay.
And that you rent a power washer
now,
at a big box store.
This is the before look at, at a house before the trim and all of that was painted.
So this is the before, and that's the after, just painting some of the trim. Yeah, and so again, painting the trim, very inexpensive. It doesn't take a whole lot of time, and rent a power washer to clean the rest of your house.
And we're
that's
talking about
$35 a day to rent one at a big box store.
And
a can of paint, $25.
So I mean that's really cheap.
Really inexpensive, and again, it's not something where you feel like you have to paint the entire house.
Okay, create a grand entry.
The entryway.
Because that makes a real impression.
Yes, this is the doorway to your home, and this is what you want buyers to see. So add a little splash of paint on that door. That's again $25 for a can of paint. Maybe make a little bit of a pop. Something instead of a white exterior door. Maybe add a little color. That's going to get a lot of visual interest.
Isn't it amazing the visual impact that makes?
Oh my gosh! Look at that! Look at the bench seat that is under $50. You can add pots and plants. Maybe add some symmetry within the space.
And you talked about maybe putting a little seating area.
Yeah. Not only are you beautifying this area up, but you're also adding another area for the homeowner potential homeowner to come and hang out in.
All right, and maybe a new doormat, perhaps?
New doormat, very inexpensive. It just brings a smile to everybody's face, right? So some of those are little.
And it looks like they may have added a new light out there.
So this is where we really get into the hardware. The hardware can be light fixtures, which can be very inexpensive if there's already wiring to it. So replace those old ones, and then the address numbers. When's the last time we've ever changed our address numbers, right? And those again make a big pop, and everybody's looking for the address anyway, and they're very inexpensive as well. And then the door handle itself. That's something that you can change out for under $50.
Okay, now if you do all of those things, people still look, and there's the before and after when it look how much
so that's the knocker that we use. So we just put a knocker right on that door.
That makes a big difference.
And it makes a big difference on the door right away. So that's something that you can just affix to it with two simple screws, and you have a door knocker. And it gives a classier look. And there's the
new address numbers. Okay, so now if you are doing landscaping, that can cost many thousands of dollars. What can you do with your landscaping, your front and backyards?
Well, if you don't want to add the big boxwoods, the bigger mature trees, you can add perennials, you can add annuals, maybe
lots of color.
Lots of color. That's just gonna, it's gonna be there for a short-lived amount of time if they're annuals, but at the end of the day, it's gonna still add pops of color. If you want to add little trim garden beds around, maybe even on the driveway or next to the driveway.
So all of these things you talked about, maybe a couple $1,000s.
So we're not even talking a couple $1,000s. We're talking roughly around up to about $1,000.
Isn't that
all
great?
Of these things that you're going to make a big splash and a big impact.
And you're going to get a lot more in return when you sell that house.
That's the idea.
All right, Carter, thanks so much. Really appreciate it. By the way, check out Carter this Saturday at 9 p.m. On the While You Were Out reboot on TLC and HGTV. And you'll also see him on upcoming episodes of Trading Spaces at 8 p.m. Plus, stick around for more curb appeal tips from Carter in our 9 o'clock hour. It is great to see you always.
A pleasure.
And you always have great advice. And we'll be right back. Araxia.
Okay, cool. I'm here. I'll be here. Waiting for you.
Make sure you don't go anywhere.
Okay.